one of Earth's toughest jobs. But first he has to face Earth's dumbest blobs. Tim Scott may have the edge against The View in smarts, but can he survive Whoopi's farts? That was good. Time once again for...
Greg Gutfeld is known for his tenacity, but this time he went above and beyond with what some are calling his most brutal takedown yet. Known for his sharp and clever humor, Gutfeld has spent years criticizing The View hosts for their biased reporting, hypocrisy, and exaggerated political stances. But instead of just a little jab, he landed a knockout blow this time. At the center of the controversy was Joy Behar, one of The View's most outspoken and controversial anchors. Behar is regularly criticized by Gutfeld, who describes her left-leaning opinions as a minority voice in the media. The fact that the roles were switched this time, however, caught Behar off guard. The argument began after a segment on The View criticized Fox News and other conservative media, claiming that they were harmful to democracy. In the program, Behar blasted Gutfeld's show, calling his brand useless and his IQ a joke. That was all Gutfeld needed to hear. He quickly responded on his own show by analyzing her case with biting sarcasm, sharp facts, and no room for compromise. Gutfeld criticized the harsh treatment and revealed inconsistencies in Behar's statements during one of his most notable performances. His tone was just as powerful as his words in conveying the message. The media fight quickly became one of the year's most talked about topics, with millions of people commenting on it online. Did Joy Behar have a chance in the confrontation? Or did Gutfeld's criticism just illustrate that the mainstream media was unable to deal with the truth? Let's break everything down. Behar and her co-hosts are not hesitant to voice their strong opinions, as any viewer of The View can tell by their regular criticism of conservatives, Republicans, and other media figures. Although they have attacked Gutfeld on several occasions throughout the years, it seems that this time the roles have been reversed.
Republican presidential candidate Tim Scott dropped by.
For many years, Greg Gutfeld has been a target of The View, with its presenters regularly discounting his viewpoints as ridiculous or unworthy of serious discussion. But something drove him over the edge this time. The argument began when The View strongly condemned Fox News and other conservative media outlets as threats to democracy. Joy Behar went even further, openly ridiculing Gutfeld by casting doubt on his IQ and calling his show a litany of meaningless taunts. That was the decisive moment for Gutfeld. When he addressed the issue on his own show, he wasn't just looking for revenge. He took it a step further and refuted their assertions with his signature wit and sense of humor. Gutfeld aired video clips that exposed some of the more hypocritical elements of their stance, showing how the so-called tolerant panel repressed opposing viewpoints while claiming to be in favor of free speech. Gutfeld's criticism of the program for purportedly advocating women's freedom while pointing out how they often degrade women who disagree with them politically was the final straw. When Gutfeld told Behar that The View was only a place for millionaires to go and act like victims, it was one of his most scathing remarks. His comments quickly became well known on social media as the audience burst out laughing. His remarks were so impactful that they started to spread before the producers of The View could respond. Joy Behar was very upset. Production sources claim that she was so angered by Gutfeld's video that she seriously considered confronting him.
I also like how you said
that was at the wedding.
But also how you say that how you look at each other, how you see each other.
He sees Angelina Jolie, I see Brad.
The next day, Joy Behar's co-hosts awkwardly laughed with her when she dubbed Gutfeld a third-rate comedian. But it only got worse when she tried to brush it off. Rather, her response further strengthened Gutfeld's claims, proving that The View was more adept at avoiding criticism than facing it head-on. This mistake immediately infuriated viewers. Even some of her loyal fans began to question whether Behar was merely avoiding the topic, rather than engaging in a serious dialogue. Within hours, reactions exploded on political forums, YouTube, and Twitter. Supporters of Gutfeld praised his response as one of the most brilliant takedowns of the year. He was backed by conservative commentators who noted that although The View often demands accountability, they cannot withstand criticism when the roles are reversed. Behar's followers, meanwhile, argued that she didn't even need to respond to Gutfeld because his entire career was centered around mocking others for entertainment. Despite the attempts to downplay the issue, one thing was certain: Gutfeld won the online competition. Behar's YouTube takedown videos went viral and garnered millions of views, despite her response being glaringly insufficient. Some even suggested that Gutfeld and Behar have a live, on-air conversation, but it didn't seem likely that Behar would take part. In reality, she probably doesn't want to continue the fight. With this most recent viral moment, Gutfeld once again demonstrated why he is one of the most talked about individuals in the media. His dominance in conservative discourse has been cemented by his ability to turn a well-known incident into a viral attack. The important question now is what comes next? Will Gutfeld and The View continue their ongoing culture war, or is there something more significant simmering beneath the surface? First, The View has to make a tough decision. Should they ignore the issue and hope it goes away, or should they attempt to control the narrative and take revenge on Gutfeld? If they remain silent, they could appear defenseless, and Gutfeld's exposure of their hypocrisy will go unchallenged. But if they retaliate, they risk providing Gutfeld with even more ammunition. After all, Gutfeld thrives on these back-and-forth debates, astute rebuttals, and turning hypocritical media situations into viral content. This is definitely one of the worst media battles for Joy Behar's reputation, even if it isn't her first. Even though she is known for being bold and persistent, this encounter could have tested her resilience in unexpected ways.
What?
Your grandfather, Vincenzo, was born at number 8.
What? They were living across the street?
The families were living across the street from each other. I mean, just across the
I
street.
mean, it's almost incestuous.
After all, Gutfeld gains more from the back and forth of a competition than from simple arguments. He is particularly skilled at creating clever rebuttals and turning hypocritical media events into viral phenomena. What is currently going on with Joy Behar? She had already been in the news, but this time it could do more damage to her reputation. Behar is known for speaking her mind and seldom backs down from a fight, but this time she appeared surprised. If she doesn't speak, it will be assumed that she can't handle the heat. If she responds furiously, it might be interpreted as an attempt to maintain her dignity. At any rate, she's in a tough spot. Meanwhile, Greg Gutfeld's fanbase continues to grow daily. Every time he parodies a celebrity, his fans give him more credit, and his show remains one of the most viewed. Gutfeld has perfected the art of transforming feuds into entertainment because he understands that exposing media dishonesty is not only funny, but also a terrific way to build a loyal fanbase. Is this the start of something bigger, or will Gutfeld's confrontation with The View be his last? Will Behar and her co-hosts stand up or retaliate? One thing is certain, this experience has reinforced the idea that mainstream media isn't as reliable as many believe. As Gutfeld often points out, this disagreement is far from over. So, was this just another media circus, or did Greg Gutfeld manage to uncover real hypocrisy? Did Joy Behar's response fall short, or was it justified to ignore him? Without a doubt, this battle is far from over. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.